Hey Top 10ers, I'm your host Joss. Welcome back to Top 10 Beyond the Screen. Make sure you're following the BTS team on social media. All of our links are in the description below. Also, it is tradition around here to do some comment shoutouts at the end of each video, so make sure you stick around for that. I love interacting with you guys. As for today's list, we are diving into something we can all probably relate to in some way or another. Losing your cool. Have you guys ever lost your cool? Tell me down in the comments. The thing is, we'd kind of be lying if we said we haven't had some sort of breakdown before where we were either acting a bit irrational or overdramatic. Luckily though, the whole world doesn't need to know about it, unlike celebrities who have to face the heat by having their meltdowns completely exposed. Since they are already out there, let's take a look back on today's list of top 10 times celebrities lost their cool. Starting off our list at number 10 is NICOLE, but the world knows her as Snooki. You would know all about her meltdown if you took part in Jers Days, which meant you watched her reality TV show Jersey Shore when it aired every Thursday night. I was totally a part of those. In one episode on July 10th, 2010, the world got to witness her losing her cool to a point where she was arrested in Seaside Heights for disorderly conduct. The MTV star got incredibly drunk, and as we saw in the episode, all she wanted to do was go to the beach. Let's be honest, we've all been there where you're really drunk and just everything sounds like an awesome adventure to you. Well, hers was to go to the beach. However, while frolicking her way through the beach, she could hardly stand up. She was slurring her words, falling all over the place, her skirt was riding up, exposing her underwear to everyone, including children. She ended up getting arrested and spent the afternoon behind bars. During her time in jail, her BFF JWoww tweeted, "Going to bail Snooki out of jail. The things I do for this girl, I swear." She was released later that day. At number 9 is Chris Brown. The singer opened up during his documentary called Chris Brown: Welcome to My Life about his assault on Rihanna that landed him in court back in 2009. During the documentary, he recalls the entire event where he punched Rihanna in the face and gave her a busted lip. He spares no details and says that she was fighting him just as hard, but admits, I quote, "I felt like an effing monster." This fight alone could be considered a moment when he lost his cool, but he said the relationship was always physical and violent. In March 2011, he was triggered during an interview with Good Morning America when Robin Roberts asked him about the 2009 assault. Apparently it struck his nerves, and after completing the interview, he stormed off stage in a rage and ripped off his shirt like he was the Hulk or something. He started hitting objects around him and even threw a chair at the studio window. So maybe it's safe to assume that he's got some anger management issues. After his initial arrest, he was actually put on 5 years probation and was ordered to attend domestic violence counseling. So here's hoping that he took all that seriously and can get in a better mind space. Maybe he has. Swiping the number 8 spot is Kanye West. He had a meltdown on multiple occasions, but more recently took the world for a ride when he lost his cool on an episode of TMZ Live in 2018. During the interview, he was asked about some of his recent tweets where he made some controversial statements about things like Donald Trump and his own thoughts on slavery.
When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice.
One of the reporters at TMZ let Kanye know he wasn't impressed by some of the things he was saying, and Kanye went into a huge and very dramatic rant. He went off.
Do you feel that I'm feeling, do you feel that I'm being free and I'm thinking free?
I actually don't think you're thinking anything.
He ended up walking away from the camera and into the TMZ office room where the reporter was sitting and argued with him about the controversial comments. The whole interview, Kanye walks around the TMZ office screaming his opinion at everyone, literally not even facing the camera, just going off on everyone who works at TMZ. And it wasn't just like a couple minutes of venting his emotions, the footage is like 13 minutes long. Next up at number 7 is Tom Cruise. He didn't have some kind of breakdown because he was mad or drunk. Well, that's not true. He kinda lost his cool one time and we just all assumed that he was drunk on love. The actor shocked the world back in 2005 when he starred on the Oprah Winfrey Show, acting crazy, hyper, and just all around weird. At one point during the interview, he started jumping all over Oprah's couch, professing how much he loves his then girlfriend Katie Holmes, who's now his ex-wife, by the way. Awkward. At first, his interview was playful and fun, and we could get on board with it, but then he just went a little too far. He later told Esquire when he was asked about the weird behavior, "I wanted the audience to be happy, but I'll take responsibility for my actions. Afterward, wild things were being said about me, and once they're in the air, there is nothing you can do about it." Look, Tom, all we're saying is you should just take it down a notch. Or 5. At number 6 is Charlie Sheen. Who could ever forget when he took the entire internet by storm in 2011 with his webcast Sheen's Corner?
Are you in Italyville still? I'm on Rome, and people are giving me free luck.
Romato, ma spieganja. Postagocci.
After the actor was fired from his long-term CBS show 2.5 Men, he did a live webcast where he shared all of his thoughts and feelings about it, and then some. His webcast was basically just a public explosion of anger as he stood there at his kitchen counter smoking a cigarette and his hair that looked like he hasn't showered in 12 days. He also held up a bottle of booze and admits to the camera that he hasn't had any breakfast yet.
Have you had your breakfast yet, my friend?
Now I'm smoking a cigarette and drinking something I won't reveal. Unless they pay me.
The whole stream, he basically just makes inappropriate jokes and acts all manic, blurting out random things like, phones were built by trolls. Looking back at it now, the actor admits that it was all because of his addiction to drugs and alcohol and also a side effect of steroids.
Hold on, I'm gonna drink the secret elixir down below the frame line. It's awesome.
He tells ABC News Good Morning America, "I was doing way too much testosterone cream trying to get the old libido up. It metabolizes into basically a roid rage." He said sometimes when he looks back at it, he thinks, dude, what the hell was that? But then other times he laughs and thinks, well, there's some good quotes that came out of it, right? Right. Halfway through the list at number 5 is MISCHA Barton. On January 26, 2017, the actress was hospitalized after neighbors called 911. The 911 call was recorded and footage of her acting out of whack was posted online.
I knew it. I knew it and I didn't want it. I didn't want it even to know.
She was 31 at the time and was in her backyard hanging off her fence screaming and yelling incoherently. Barton's neighbors only called 911 because they thought the actress was on the verge of committing suicide based on some of the weird phrases that she was blurting out. If you listen to the 911 audio, they are concerned for her safety, saying, I quote, "My dad's downstairs neighbor is hysterically crying in the backyard and says she's going to kill herself."
She's screaming and she keeps on saying, I just want to die. And then she's like, I'm going to kill myself.
MISCHA is so out of control that she ends up falling off the fence and hitting the ground, which is when the video ends. She voluntarily went to a hospital after that to receive psychiatric help. MISCHA later came forward after that saying she was drugged with GHB while having a night out with friends. However, her neighbors say that she does this sort of thing every couple of months. So unfortunately, I guess it just depends what side of the story you believe, but either way, it's just hard to watch someone losing all self-control like that, whether it's intentional or not. Here we are at number 4 with Shia LaBeouf. He's lost his cool more than once, but one incident really took his fans by surprise. Back in July 2017, he was arrested for disorderly conduct, obstruction, and public intoxication. But it wasn't until video footage of the actor was released that people were left in complete shock. TMZ released body cam footage which shows Shia cursing at one police officer, calling him different vulgatory names, and saying racist comments towards another officer. Shia tells a black officer, I quote, "You've got a president who doesn't give a shit about you, and you're stuck in a police force that also doesn't give an F about you."
Why am I in custody? Why am I... Why am I in custody?
Throughout the video, he continues to yell and make commotion, not only in front of police officers, but also in front of other witnesses and even children. It was reported that it all started outside when the drunk actor asked a police officer for a cigarette. Alright guys, at number 3 is Mel Gibson. He is another actor who could probably have his own top 10 list in this category, but we can't forget his one fall from grace back in 2010 when a taped phone conversation was leaked. In the audio, we hear the actor verbally attacking his then girlfriend with different profane and racial slurs. He was screaming horrible things like calling her, I quote, "an effing pig in heat." He even went as far as threatening her, saying that she should be raped.
Yes.
Stay on this phone and don't hang up on me. I have plenty of energy to drive over there. You understand me? And I will! So just listen to me.
He calls her a number of different names and even brings up her body image, telling her that her breast implants look bad and that she should have them taken out. The two of them continue to argue, which leads them to talking about their kids, Mel telling her that she is an excuse for a mother. Throughout the phone call, you can hear her telling him that he's mean and that he needs to get help, which ultimately just intensifies his rage. It's a hard conversation to listen to if I'm being honest. The actor is just completely out of control. In spot number 2 is Christian Bale, another epic freakout moment that was caught on tape. There is no way you don't remember when the actor lost his cool on a crew member while filming back in 2009. During the filming of the Terminator movie, video footage leaked on the internet which captured the actor going off in a rage at one of the crew members. You can hear the actor yell and cuss for a few minutes at the crew member who apparently walked behind him while he was filming the scene. You can hear the crew member say that he was just looking at one of the lights, which is his job, but Bale continues to cuss at him and calls him an amateur, telling him to stay off the effing set. The fight continues to escalate as Bale threatens to kick his ass and trash his lights. He even goes as far as saying that he will quit the movie if this crew member is still hired. Since the incident and footage went viral, the actor has apologized, calling it inexcusable, and admitted that he acted like a punk. He said, I quote, "I was out of order beyond belief. I make no excuses for it. There is nobody who has heard the tape who has been hit harder than me." Well, maybe you and the crew member. Number 1 on our list is the one and only Britney Spears, and rightfully so. When she lost her cool, the whole world basically flipped upside down in utter confusion and shock. Back in 2000, Britney spiraled out of control and was making headlines for a bunch of crazy different things. Driving with her young child on her lap, vandalizing a vehicle with an umbrella, collapsing to the ground in clubs, and shaving her head bald. It was on February 16th that the blonde walked into a salon with 2 bodyguards and asked for a buzz cut. The hair salon owner was suggesting that she might regret it, so the singer just picked up a razor herself and began to shave off her hair. Paparazzi and a crowd of people watched the whole thing go down from the salon window. The singer had this kind of crazy weird smile on her face the whole time. The bodyguard ended up handing the owner $50 for the $45 rate for the buzz. At least someone had their head on straight. Right after leaving the salon, she went to Body and Soul Tattoo Parlor with her hoodie covering her freshly buzzed head and pulled up her sweater to get 2 new tattoos on her hip and wrist. After her wild behavior was over, she completely left the spotlight and we didn't hear much from her until 2008 when she made an epic return with her hit single, It's Britney. Alright guys, there's our list for today. Share your story down below about a time when you lost your cool. Don't be shy, we have all done it. We are human. And make sure you hit that thumbs up button so that I know you liked today's video. For now, I'm going to end the video by doing some comment shoutouts. The Extrovert Oddball says, congrats on hitting 51k subs on YouTube, top 10 beyond the screen. Honestly, I didn't even know that we hit 51, so that is awesome. Thank you so much. Dwayne Madison says, Joss, your voice is nice. Love the show. Keep doing the damn thing. Thanks, Dwayne. That's like the best pep talk ever. I will keep doing the damn thing. Terrell Wade says, props to Joss for showing the haters they don't matter. Keep making videos, your voice is fine. You know, it's just all fun and games. Like Taylor Swift would say, just shake it off. The Bean says, you are awesome. I will see you next time, buddy. Okay, buddy. I'll be here next time. See you later. No, but for real, I'm getting out of here. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you can stay on this screen if you want to keep watching more Beyond the Screen videos. I'm your host, Joss, and I will see you next time.